What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Shifting Lanes. My name is Hanson, and for this video you find me sitting in the 2022 Kia Seltos. This is in the SX trim, so it comes with a gutsier turbocharged engine and it has all-wheel drive capability. This one is painted in the premium snow white pearl color with the plum interior, and all in with delivery you can get this spec for $30,435. And in this video, I'll give you my likes and dislikes about Kia's small-ish crossover so that you have a better idea before you buy. Let's start this review on the outside first. The Seltos slots right in between the Kia Soul and the Kia Sportage. In Hyundai speak, this is closer to the Hyundai Kona when compared to the smaller Hyundai Venue or the bigger Hyundai Tucson, all of which I've reviewed before, so make sure you check out the links in the description. Kia wanted to make an entry-level SUV that has a rugged personality and a tech-savvy interior, and I think they hit the mark with the Seltos. The front end has an off-road friendly appearance that allows for a good approach angle. The LED headlights and fog lights give it a premium look, and the textured grille surrounds provides a luxurious spin on the design. Around the side, the Seltos has a sporty crossover vibe. This SX trim gets an intricate set of 18-inch wheels. The blacked out A and B pillars add to the sleek look, and the modest 7.2-inch ground clearance live up to the model's utilitarian goals. And at the rear, the Seltos has a manual liftgate, modern-looking taillights, and a fake dual exhaust look provided by the silver trim. The Seltos has a thoughtfully laid out and stylish interior. The centerpiece of the front row is the 10.25-inch infotainment system. This is a touchscreen, and it also comes with navigation. This also has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I think the infotainment software and layout in the Kia and Hyundai cars are pretty great. They work smoothly, the screens are laid out in a logical fashion, and navigating through the different menus is pretty simple. And it helps when you have these physical buttons and these dials right below. And right underneath, you'll find the single zone automatic climate controls. This model comes with a wireless charger, so there's a dedicated tray for your phone. You'll also find USB ports and a 12-volt plug in the storage compartment. By the gear lever, there's a drive mode dial where you can select between normal, smart, and sport modes. And then you'll also find your heated seats button and the center diff lock and hill descent control functions. Looking ahead, the instrument cluster has some traditional analog gauges, and in between there's a 7-inch digital display. It's a pretty good display that shows your gear selection, safety sensors, all-wheel drive performance, and a whole bunch of various metrics. As for the seats, the plum finish in the Seltos is gorgeous. This Syntex seating material doesn't feel like real leather, but it still looks pretty good, and it should be easy to maintain while staying cool in the hot summer days. There's a good amount of adjustment for the driver's seat, while the passenger side is unfortunately manual only. Overall, it's a good look in here, and my favorite aesthetic design pieces in this crossover are the Bose speaker grills throughout the vehicle. It's a low-res, low-polygon count style shape. It's a nice way of glamming up the interior while still using low-cost plastics. And if you look around, there's a lot of cost-saving material selection in here. There's plenty of hard, rugged plastics to be found. I have 3 minor complaints about the interior of the Seltos. The first one is the cup holders. There's no retention or spring-loaded fingers in here, so your undersized drinks will just rattle around while driving. And the second, I find it disappointing that there's still some blanked out panels on the center console. This is the fully loaded, most expensive Seltos trim, so please don't make me feel like I'm still missing out on some features. And the third one is that because there's a lot of reflective plastics in here, it does provide a lot of glare when you're driving in a sunny day. So make sure you wear those polarized sunglasses to help cut down on this glare. As for the second row, there's not a bad amount of legroom at 38 inches. There are some vents on the center console for some comfort, and there's a single USB port for the rear passengers. Cargo space wise, once you open the manual liftgate, you'll have 26.6 cubic feet of space, and that grows to 62.8 cubic feet with the second row folded down. This is really good for the subcompact crossover segment. Now let's find out how this Kia Seltos drives. This being the SX model, it comes with a more powerful 1.6-liter turbocharged engine that makes 175 horsepower and 195 pound-feet of torque. This is a decent power plant in general, and it should give you enough for your commuting needs. That turbocharger is going to pack a nice punch in the mid-range, and it feels a lot better than the 2-liter naturally aspirated engine that you can find in the lower trims. Connected to the engine is a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. This works just fine and shifts quicker than most automatic transmissions that you'll find today. I personally have the older version of this engine and transmission combination in a 2017 Hyundai Tucson, and this feels a lot more refined than that one. I will say that in low speed situations, I still feel some hesitation, and it feels a bit worse when I'm in sport mode. There's another transmission option for the Kia Seltos, and that's called the IVT, or Intelligent Variable Transmission. That's what Hyundai and Kia calls the CVT, or Continuously Variable Transmission. They work the same exact way, and you can only find that transmission for the 2-liter naturally aspirated engine that you could find in the lower end trims. Mileage-wise, the Seltos is rated at 25 city, 30 highway, and 27 miles per gallon combined. That's not bad, but you'll do a lot better with the 2-liter engine and front-wheel drive only version, as that can reach 29 city, 35 highway, and 31 miles per gallon combined. As for the ride quality, the Seltos is a bit on the firm side, but it provides a pretty decent ride overall. Road and wind noise is just okay, but the nice sound system can help drown that out. As far as handling goes, this is a decently fun little crossover. The steering feel is good, and the firmer ride feels confident in these back road trips. This has the active on-demand all-wheel drive system, which basically means that this is going to operate mostly as a front-wheel drive vehicle, but when the road demands it, there's a center-locking differential that's going to split the torque evenly between the front and the rear axles. On top of that, there's also torque vectoring capability via brakes. So that basically means that this is going to track better during cornering, and you will have more traction. Overall, if you're looking for a fun-to-drive subcompact crossover, there's a lot to choose from in this crowded market. I've also reviewed a lot of them, so make sure to check out the links down below. This Kia Seltos is a pretty good choice if you're trying to maximize cargo space while staying with a smaller footprint. The power level is good enough, but there are other options out there that pack a bigger punch. I generally like the design inside and out. It has a traditional rugged look that you can find with other modern crossovers, while the inside has a thoughtfully laid out interior with some nice color options like this plum interior. And to round out this nice package, the infotainment system is easy to work with and it looks great. If you're shopping around for subcompact crossovers, you should also consider the Mazda CX-30 if you want to have more power and more handling prowess. The Toyota Corolla Cross is another sensible option, as that can also fit a lot of cargo. However, that comes with a weaker engine that's comparable to the lower end trims of the Seltos. And lastly, since there are more EVs on the market now, the Hyundai Kona EV is a great EV subcompact crossover. And if you want to see what that's like to drive, check out the link in the corner. So I want to hear your thoughts on this. What do you think about the Kia Seltos? Please leave your comments down below. If you've learned something from this video or found it entertaining, please consider hitting that like, subscribe, and especially that notification bell so that you can be notified anytime we make a new video. Let's wrap it up right there. This has been the 2022 Kia Seltos SX all-wheel drive. My name's Hanson, and I'll see you in the next one.